Hello and welcome back to Vampyr. In the last episode we put an end to Doris Fletcher's wrongdoings and brought Mason Swanborough his medicine for blindness. In this episode, let's have a quick look at what we're gonna do. We're gonna go around curing a lot of people because otherwise we're gonna have problems. Not Whitechapel. Pembroke is fine. The docks need curing as well. And I'm gonna have to search for Ichabod. Oh, wait, I remember. I think he was somewhere near the Night Asylum, or the ex-Night Asylum. Before that, though, I did look something up. I don't really like doing that in games I'll just play because normally, like, if I don't find it, well, my problem. But wait, where is this? Okay, but wait a second. I felt like it's been ages and I should have found a cure for like neuralgia, headaches and stuff.
Despicable.
But I haven't yet, so I looked up where it is, and I don't remember. It's somewhere in this cemetery. Over there it is. There. A strange formula. And do I have to actually look at it? Not here. Where is it? Or do I have to look at... Oh, here it is. Needs to be analyzed. Alright, wait, let me go back to... Where was it? Back to my place, let's call it. Wait. Up here? Maybe? Through here? And through here. Yeah, there it was. Because we need those medicines. If we don't get them, we're screwed, basically. And there we go. We'll quickly... Oh, we're actually really lacking in terms of opium. Do we have something for that? And that is the thing I probably would have never found. We needed some rivets as well. There's opium. Yeah. Go for that as well. That too. Yep, the rest is fine. And before we continue, let's have a quick look at what sort of medicine we actually need. We need neuralgia, we've got one of those. We need two of those. We need a lot of cold and fatigue medicine. In fact, we need three cold, 3 fatigue. We'll leave that alone, we said. 4 cold, 4 fatigue, 5 cold. 5 cold, 4 fatigue, 2 neuralgia. So, do another neuralgia medicine, so we've got 1 in reserve. We'll do 1 more headache, 1 more migraine. And yeah, we've got the rest stocked up. Was there anything I could do here? No, fine with those. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do right now is we're going to go to, well, we are in Whitechapel, so we're going to go around and heal all of them, which you don't need to see, which you probably don't want to see. Oops. So I'm going to cut that out, and I'll see you later. Here you go. Here you go.
If you persist, thank you.
Here you go.
I am shocked.
While I'm here, I'm gonna buy some opium because, as you just saw, I'm pretty much out of it. So I've just bought 10 opium. I'll keep you updated. While I'm here, I've also seen this option to talk with Harry.
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. but I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
Why are you sad then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
You don't like books anymore then? Alright,
Do you need any...
Yes, I do.
here you
You'll
go.
feel better with this.
Here you go.
Infecting you...
And some more opium. Because I'm not buying anything else anyway. Might as well do that. Here you go.
Yes.
Mason's up here. I'm a stupid idiot. Alright, so I'm back at Mason. We'll just ignore that. Well,
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in.
Tell me, how do you see the world these
we'll
days?
just ignore that I spent about 10 minutes searching for Mason Swanborough at the Night Asylum. Or rather, searching for the Night Asylum in Whitechapel. I remembered where he actually
Wondering
lives.
this. What can I do for you, Doctor?
What about that blindness medicine?
So did you decide not to take the experimental cure for blindness?
Oh no, I have. For a few hours.
But you are still... What do you mean? I don't understand.
I saw the world again, Dr. Reed. For a few hours I witnessed how ugly and sad and tragic this city is.
I'm sorry the effect didn't last.
You don't get it, do you? I crafted a new formula that made me blind again. The world is a cesspool, Dr. Reed, and I don't want to look at it.
Okay. As long... I just wanted to...
Goodbye, Mr.
I was about to say as long as you paid me for it. He didn't really.
What can I do?
Well, that was a royal waste of
You
time.
seem
then.
Actually,
Take your medicine.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm going.
Goodbye, Mr.
what kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
Stupid newborn!
Yeah.
Gotcha!
I'll quickly eliminate you. Okay. Alright. Now we're gonna do the same with the docks, or are we? Well, it might be quicker to visit the West End first. Now I think we're gonna visit Dr. Swansea first, and I'll be back when I'm at his place. And just like this, we're back at the hospital. Dr. Swansea, what is that new dialogue we've got?
What news, Jonathan? I've heard you've now joined the vampire elite of London.
Did Elizabeth tell you?
So it's Elizabeth now. My. Things are moving quickly. I turn my back for a moment and away you go.
Have you seen Lady Ashbury recently?
Yes, she popped in yesterday. Told me about your new friends in the West End.
Just a courtesy visit then.
Yes. And no. She was en route to the docks, I think. Following a lead concerning your maker.
Interesting.
How's the situation at the Pembroke?
We're still holding out. Question is, for how long? What we really need is hope, Jonathan. Hope for a better tomorrow.
I may have found the source of the contagion. Doris Fletcher, the actress. Thankfully, in the end, she was destroyed by fire.
Really? Oh, please, do tell me more.
Doris was a heavily mutated skull. Almost a new breed entirely. It's as if the disease had completely altered her mind and body. Highly contagious.
As if the disease had taken control of her will?
Yes. Once a beautiful and brilliant woman, she became motivated by hate alone.
Oh, she was a beauty. I met her when she visited the hospital to cheer up the sick. Too bad the fire destroyed her. But it was probably for the best.
Have you heard of similar cases?
No, I don't think so. Except perhaps It reminds me of an old report from the Brotherhood. Well, more an article, really.
What was it about?
The author, a friar, referred to a rare form of contagion in a skull he observed during the Black Death. The carrier was always female. Called them Icors.
Okay.
I'll come back later. Thank you, Edgar.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
That was slightly more useful than the last time, if I remember correctly. I think most of the people around here are healthy, so we won't bother. We won't bother much with searching for them. However, if I see something like this,
Disgust on every street.
I can
Do you
just press a button, give her the medicine,
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark. To your
and
nocturnal.
come on, Jonathan, and we're gone again.
But the suffering continues.
Everything else is mostly healthy. Yep. Alright. So I'm gonna do the same in the docks. And I'll be right back after that. Here you
So you
go.
can sell them.
Here
Well,
you go.
never- Goodbye, Mr.
And just one more, which I just saw is over there somewhere. So I'm gonna have a look around this way. And hopefully find him. There he is. Ichabod.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance?
You've never faced, let alone killed a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
You have courage, Mr. Throgmorton. Perhaps that is all one requires to face the demons.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You'll see. One day I'll find and kill one of these monstrosities with my own 2 hands.
That failed the hints? Alright.
Do you need my treating of...
Take the medicine then.
Goodbye.
Okay, so now that we've done that, we can make our way back to the West End. Through the docks. This time. If I can find my way there. Should be through here. Yep, just this way. And would you look at that, we're already back. Lord Redgrave, I come with news. Oh, Elizabeth, what
Elizabeth.
are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Is he? Well, we can't leave him waiting then. Wherever he is.
We repel the intruders for now.
That's interesting, they actually have names. I think? Yeah, they do. The random NPCs have names. Hey there.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
Not sure about that.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
I have
Before
some
I go,
questions.
I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most
Fair point.
influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna have a talk with Aloysius and see what he thinks about the whole thing. Reach the temple church entrance. Now where is that?
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson. To make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Ooh.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous, Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do
Oh,
not
yeah.
make him your progeny.
That was his plan, I remember.
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
I just had the thought that maybe we're actually an offspring of William Marshall. I obviously don't know if this is correct, but just an interesting thing I just came up with. Might be true. Alright, let's go and talk to Dawson.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Well, we'll see about that. I will not go through the garden. Oh, some more enemies.
What is that?
Ow. Ow.
That's what you do with leeches.
But I do feel like fights in general, fights in the street have become easier somehow. I don't exactly know why, but they have. Do I? I've got to go through here, so I can safely ignore them. I think. Alright, is that the temple church entrance? Presumably. Alright, they like me.
It's locked, all right. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Okay. Apparently the game wants me to go into the garden. I don't really know why, but let's have a go at it then. Okay. Come here. Don't mean you any harm. Oh. Yep, forgot about it. Well, it's less that I forgot about it, it's more that I was occupied with something else. And just more or less ignored it. Alright, what does the game even want me to do? Probably get up here somewhere, maybe? Either that, or we're searching for some kind of tunnel. Or some sort of place where you can just jump up, like through here, maybe? Have I been here before? I don't know. Presumably not, considering this is a...
There has been a fight here. I can see a blood trail. Left by one of the antagonists, perhaps?
Interesting.
What a mess. Something terrible happened here. But what?
Well, guess we've got some investigations to do before we have a talk with Aloysius. We found a lot of opium, by the way. We can craft a lot more medicine. Fill up on cold and fatigue treatments. Alright, we're back up to 8. That should be enough. What is going on around here? Why is this? Oh, it's a hideout. Why is this shining? Like, obviously it is. Where does this door lead? Just back outside. I think we came in a bit further below on the same side though. So let's follow this lead that we just found. That statue just scared me. Alright. Where does this lead? Well, first of all, it leads down there. Well, apparently that guy's further down. What is this? That's just wood, isn't it? Or that's not wood. What is that? I can't tell. But where's the blood going? Like the track is just gone. Is it somewhere else? Because I'd like to investigate. Actually, find Louis Taysdale. It's here. I don't know why I have to go here now, but that was the investigation I unlocked. The question I have now is, do I have to go back up? I guess I do. That's not the way that the game wants me to find. So back we go. Okay. Oh,
You
God.
Londoners are no match for me!
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Yep, that passage is what they want me to find. Just waste all your blood. You have some sort of cooldown. Oh. Can you just... Is one use of his skill ability just 3 in a row? Just called it skill ability. Wait, let me just have a look at that thing. Okay, nothing special around here. What is in here? Nope, nothing. Alright. Let's head down there then. Temple sewers. This looks like the ideal place for jump scares. Anything can be around any corner. Anything also includes chests. Oh God. Come on, Jonathan. Just learn to jump. Wait, did I just open that and get absolutely nothing? Okay. Well, where do I head now? There's like 3 different ways.
Your blood is now
Oh God. Into a boss fight, I guess, is where I'm heading. Ooh, what's with that music? Got a couple bullets to fire into. Really isn't taking a lot of damage. Then again, he also isn't really providing any attacks that could pose a danger, could pose a threat to me. Anything he does just sort of feels out, half-assed. That being said, I shouldn't let him hit me because if he does connect, it does hurt quite a bit. But he rarely does. Die, newborn, he says. Considering I'm a newborn, you're having a lot of trouble with me. You know that? Leon? Considering you're like 6 levels higher as me. Higher than me as well. Oh, use some barrier as well. That doesn't hurt. Then again, that goes away pretty quickly. Do that for a second. Come on here. You know, just hurting him a bit. Come around, Patoa, if you can. Your brain is big enough for that.
Foolish Ekon.
Foolish Ekon. Well, that was a bit foolish, I guess. Ow. And he's almost dead. And there we go. Violence of ball cuts. Oh, there's a chest. I almost missed that. We're getting better blood samples, by the way. I'm not entirely sure what they're used for. Actually, wait. I could teleport back up there. Question is, do I want to? Because I'd assume you'll have to fight him. So that has to be the way that... Or that has to be... Yeah, that has to be the way that continues. With the main, like, story. And apparently I don't have a choice. What I thought were 3 different ways was one after all. The illusion of choice. Where does this lead? Pretty much nowhere. Wait, could I do something there? No. Alright then. Through here, up there. Up here. Those sewers are very large considering there's so little in them. Jonathan, please. Walk up the bloody stairs. Ooh, there's a man dead here. Soiled letter. Oh. My name is Robert Teasdale. Probably the man of the woman we're looking for. To whoever may find this message, please try to help me. My daughter Louise disappeared a few weeks ago. She was seen for the last time in a bar in the neighborhood. Not the one where she works as a waitress, but another one. The Dancing Trout. 2 witnesses saw her leave the place with an elegant and unknown man. Maybe a foreigner. There are many rumors of men and women vanishing in the area. I am convinced my Louise has been abducted and is kept somewhere nearby. I know the police will not help, for they already have more important things to do. So I have decided to look for Louise myself. If you find this letter, it means I failed saving her. My Louise is a good girl who does not deserve to die like this. She's of medium size with dark hair and a scar on her right cheek. Please search for her and finish this work for me. God bless you.
Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
Yep, and we will do so in his stead. Alright, that just takes us back. So this is a little shortcut. So now that we've found that, let's continue. And we're going to look for Louise afterwards. There's more branches here. Where's this lead? Absolutely nowhere. Okay, there's a blood splash from the wall.
I cannot enter.
This won't open. Am I right in assuming we're gonna have another riddle somewhere around here? Yep, that won't open either. And we've got some valves here. How many of them? 3. This increases the water, and I heard a loud noise. Maybe I need to increase the water to the level where that lowered the water. That is not what I wanted. Put it back up, and put that up as well. There we go. I mean, that wasn't really a riddle in and of itself. That was just, I mean, okay, forget it. Fair enough. So now that I'm here, what exactly is the point of me being here? I can unlock this door. Oh. Where did you just jump down from? And why are you... Ah, there's so many of you. Ow. What is going on here? Come on, let me pass. And you can explode again. Come on, come on. There we go, that's 2 of them. And with 2 left, that should be easy. Put up the blood barrier anyway. Ow. This time I was rolling up. I thought I finally got the timing of that one. Go on. Alright. So now that I've gotten rid of all of you, was there any point in this? Is there a way up somewhere? No? Alright, let me open the door then. I'm gonna go inside there anyway. There must be some reason as to why that is here, other than just to trap me. Maybe I actually have to unlock the door first, and then lower the water level back down on all of them. And that somehow... Nope, door's
It's locked, all right.
Can I go up there, maybe? Up here? No? Well, where am I supposed to go then? Is this door? That's door open. Oh, here, stairs. Yep, I didn't see that before. Fair enough, game. Okay. Oh, Louise is right here. Down, well, right here, I say. She's still a bit away, but... let me continue on this way.
Go, you bastard! How dare you interfere with...
He's level 30, how hard can he be?
How long are you going to keep me locked in here?
Hey there. Yeah, he's got the barrier that allows him to take 3 hits.
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife!
Ow. I'd like to say...
How long are you going to keep me locked in here?
How did you fall for that? Shame that doesn't do any damage there. Basically.
Let me go, you bastard!
I'll have to say that fight against that Volcanoid, or whatever he's called, against Leo was easier than this one. I don't particularly like vampire fights. But as long as I've got my trusty gun, I can just get rid of him that way. Recent diary. 13th of October 1918. I've just arrived in London after a grueling journey from Manchester. The city is sad and despaired. It will not be difficult to find a woman willing to escape death here. I cannot wait to start my research. Soon I won't be a virgin anymore. Wow. 15th of October 1918. The cell is ready. All I must do now is to find the appropriate candidate and bring her in. She will be beautiful and gentle with a nice temper. I have already tested my persuasion ability on a few women and it worked, most of the time. But I don't want my future bride to be submissive. I will only use my power to bring her here. Then I'll tell her what I intend to do and I'll let her accept. This is important. I want my lady to willingly accept to become my wife for eternity. 17th of October 1918. I think I found a perfect match. Her name is Louise. She is a waitress in a public house and she's quite charming. I love her attitude when serving drink in that bar. Tough and proud, I'm sure she will accept my offer. Once she's mine, once the vampire blood will have achieved her metamorphosis, her face shall heal properly and her scars will disappear. Then she will be the perfect beauty I'm the only one to see right now. The perfect beauty I'm the only one to see right now. I don't get that sentence. 18th of October 1918. I don't understand. Louise refuses my proposition. Why would she? I promised her I would never force her to anything. I may let her starve a little, then she'll understand I'm her only option. Alright, so we got rid of a creep. Come on, Louise, let's get out of here. Oh yeah, your husband's dead, by the way. Or was it his brother?
Miss Teasdale,
I forgot.
are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Reed. I managed to track you down thanks to your
father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again.
Alright. Side quest done. Maybe don't go out here. I mean, this is the only way, but you shouldn't be seeing that. Then again, you've been in there for like a couple of days. You've probably seen this already. Do I want to go over there? I kind of do. What is this? Common axe. That's nice to have a common axe in a place like this. Where does this lead, by the way? Well, absolutely nowhere. As per usual. Alright, where are we going? Outside. I had kind of half forgotten that we were on our way to speak with Aloysius Dawson. Now, where is he? Do we just have to... Oh, it's enter his mansion, so I presume that's somewhere around here. Presume I'm gonna have to find it. Now I don't have to go through the sewers anymore. I will probably never enter them again. Where could Aloysius be? I'm hoping there's no enemies around here because I'm just carelessly walking around. is this? Oh god. Who are you? Oh, some sort of... well, whatever that is.
It's locked, all right.
Well, guess what I'm gonna have to do to get that? A new collectible.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything. They told me that you have not taken another life since your poor sister died.
Yes, that is true. I can almost mesmerize him. I'm not going to, but...
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller, then?
Oh, I can tell you many things. But they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Yes, that I do. That I did.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Oh, just that. Yeah. I've got that.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Yep, that's me, all right.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The guard of Priwen, who else? For a time,
Typical.
they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
All right. I'm pretty sure we'll find that somewhere.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Well, I mean, I've got the money, but do I really want to know? Yeah, sure.
Here is the money.
The Sorceress. A heart-shaped trap built to entangle a loved one. Mirrors on every wall to see her own reflection constantly.
Okay. Apparently that gave us a hint for Carol and Caroline Price. Whoever they may be.
Can you read the card?
Put the money on the table.
Perhaps.
Okay. Perhaps later.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
Okay.
How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
Mary did not deserve her fate. She had already suffered enough during her life. And yet the pain and the suffering went on after her death.
Suffering is part of the immortal condition. Some prefer to lose their minds rather than face the simple truth. Pain will never stop.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
No.
I would rather not know.
We don't need that. What I just thought of regarding him reading cards in general was maybe he is a way to unlock hints about people that you've just not unlocked yet. For example, if those people are just dead now.
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Okay.
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. A red river, a song in the dark, the whispers of a sun.
Do you have
So
anything
many
around here
signs
that I
to
might
interpret.
need? Or want? No. Alright. I'm pretty sure this is some kind of puzzle. Nope. Well, I guess we're gonna find some clues regarding that later on. The music changed. What do we have around here? Nothing. Alright. Where are you, Aloysius?
I cannot enter.
There's a hideout here as well. Well, what do we have around here? Where would that lead instead? Out the other side. Any sort of investigations that get unlocked while I'm in here? Actually, I've got something to analyze. There we go. And we'll just fill up on them. Because we've got enough. Now we just need to place it, not T, I. Just place it here. I don't know why I made the stamina. I never use it. Oh, wait, no, stop, Jonathan, stop. take the stuff. Yeah. Gonna make sure there's nothing around here. I didn't, but now I am. Oh, never mind, I'm going back. This was probably locked before, I guess. If I even had the chance to go there. So now let's keep searching for Aloysius' mansion. Wait, did I just see through here? That's cool. Little bug.
Violence and madness are now contagious.
Who are you?
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
Alright.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
Well, a couple of things. Well, he's dead. Well, have a go at him.
I'd like to report a name, Inspector. Jeffrey McCullum. I'm afraid he's some sort of vigilante, trying to recruit an army of angry citizens.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this intelligence to the appropriate office. Thank you, sir.
No worries, Charles.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
I'm not on the loose.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And who might that be?
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Or vampires.
What are you investigating, exactly?
I have a missing woman, possibly abducted a few nights ago. Louise Teasdale.
Oh, don't worry about her.
It seems you already found my other missing person, Mr. Tadao Kimura.
Tell me about Louise Teasdale.
She's a waitress. Her father reported her missing. We don't have enough men to search for her, sadly.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
No.
Jonathan, you found her.
But I feel she's been abducted. She went to a pub a few nights ago and vanished. I thought about the sewers, but
such an investigation.
Well,
What are you in?
I have a minute.
Tell me.
okay. Charles,
Goodbye.
you know,
Goodbye.
I have found her, right? Jonathan, you not gonna tell him? Keep him guessing, sure. Alright, where is... Actually, let's go in here first. Price's shop. Gonna need his key for that. Oh, her key, I mean.
Dr.
That's
Reed,
locked as well.
I am glad to see you again.
You've not seen me before. Well, I'm gonna assume maybe she has in the past.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the
Okay,
war.
she had.
I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
May I
Okay,
look at
let's
your
see what you
goods,
have.
Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reed. Take all the time you need.
Opium. Buy. All of it. And I don't need any of the rest. I could sell you some junk, but I've got 900.
Dr. Reed,
Thing I wanted
am
to do first is talk to her.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Are you now?
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
Well, you turned from almost a grown-up to a grown-up in about the span of 15 seconds. Your mother must be proud.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Now that is interesting because before this, like you'd rarely ever get people who went between two districts. Not even like in the main... I know right here in the game they can't go between districts. They're stuck there basically. But even before that in the past, like there was ever any contact between two people from different districts. So hearing Nithercote and Carol having contact is interesting.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
I'm available.
Is it true you often hurt yourself, Carol?
Yes, it's true. I try to behave, I really do. But one way or another, I always end up injured or wounded. I'm so stupid.
Why would you be stupid?
It's like I can't help getting under my mother's feet. That's how I end up being pushed, cut or burned. You see, I'm a stupid girl, really.
When exactly do these accidents happen?
Ever since I was little. That's why I need to stay with Mum. I'm not capable of taking care of myself.
Maybe you're not stupid, maybe you're just ill.
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes. A very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
I am sorry, I can't help you, sir. Perhaps
Good
you should
evening,
talk
Miss
with
Price.
someone else.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Oh, does she have a thing for me?
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
Okay, calm down a bit.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but she's got ridiculously long fingers. Pay attention. Like, look at this. What the hell is this? Those are like what is that?
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now, but she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price, especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Tell me, Carolyn, do you often wound or hurt your daughter by mistake?
No. I always thought it was Carol's clumsiness that caused these incidents. Maybe it's a family trait, Doctor.
You really believe it's just bad luck and being clumsy, then?
Of course, Doctor. What else could it be? I have nothing to hide.
I don't know where this is coming from, but apparently...
You are responsible for your daughter's many injuries and scars, Carolyn.
Is she?
You brutalize her, don't you?
How could I abuse my own flesh and blood? This is nonsense. It would be like hurting myself.
You really believe you've done nothing wrong, don't you? How long has this been going on for? I should have seen it when you were my patient.
Seen what? Child abuse? Are you mad, Dr. Reed? I dedicated my whole life to my precious Carol. She is a part of me.
Yes. Even her name is just a part of yours. This is a terrible tragedy. Something of an unknown disorder. My God. Abuse that comes from overwhelming love.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How dare you say something like that? What kind of a monster do you think I am?
Speak to me, Carolyn. Why do you behave like this? How does it make you feel to hurt Carol before cajoling her?
I don't know. It makes me feel good to take care of my daughter. I need to feel useful. No one ever takes care of me. I need someone to take care of me.
Do you realize Carol is a person? Not a toy. Not a doll. The poor girl would put her hand in a flame to please you. You are both trapped in this toxic relationship.
Carol and I are perfectly happy. Leave us be. How stupid I was to believe you could be a suitable husband.
You're a threat to Carol, and no child should feel unsafe in the presence of their parents.
No, Dr. Reed. You are the threat. You are threatening to separate a mother from her only daughter, from the meaning of her life.
Well, at least I didn't fail a hint with that.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Now that
I hope
Jonathan
you can stay
is...
a little longer this time.
Now that Jonathan has spelled it out for me, though, I guess Carol's behavior are like standard things that would happen if you get abused.
Good evening. Yeah.
My mother...
Did I get another hint for her?
You need to understand you are in danger, Carol. Your mother is responsible for all your injuries.
That's a lie. She has always taken good care of me. She only gets irritated when I get under her feet. It's my fault. My mum loves me so much.
Yes, Carol. Your mother believes she loves you as much as you're convinced she loves you. But you are both trapped in a toxic relationship that puts you in danger.
What are you saying? That she lied to me all these years? That she wants me to be miserable? My mother has dedicated her life to my safety.
Your mother is terribly sick, Carol. She suffers from one of the most sadistic attitudes I've ever encountered, and tortures you with a twisted sense of love.
No, my mum loves me and only wants the best for me. It's my fault if I can never do anything right. She deserved a better girl than me.
Well, it's hopeless. Oops, no, that was not what I wanted to do. No, Jonathan, let her go. Leave the poor girl alone. Wanted to press R but pressed Q. Anyway, these seem pretty hopeless. What is down here? Is that just the way back into the sewers? Yep, that's just the way back. I went left, didn't I? I didn't notice this whole thing here. Now where is Aloysius' mansion? Is it here? Not this one, but this one. Perhaps? No. Oh god. Before I go there, can I not jump up there? Come on, Jonathan, you can do better than that. Wait, what about the main quest? Oh, I can go up there. Oh, of course you turn around right now. Come on. Leave me alone. Ow. Ow. That was a good combo, random fuck. And now you're gonna be dead. Now, is there anything down that street? No, besides more of you. What can I find here? Nothing? Well, that is unusual. Well, a door. That's something, I guess. Oh, that connects Whitechapel to this. That is useful. Presumably.
Sorry, sir. No admittance.
Well, that's not your choice to make. Ow. Apparently you're a quick shot.
Remember your vows.
Ow. That was not smart. Yeah, you're too slow.
We do the Lord's work.
Doesn't do as much damage as I remember. Oh, yep, that does dope. Now where is his damn mansion? Is that just a... oh yeah, that's just the same. It says enter Aloysius Dawson's mansion. Where is it though? I feel like the fact that it says enter his mansion now means I must have come across it while I was looking for him. I mean, I can wander around the streets again with this on. Maybe I'll see him eventually. Come on, Aloysius, where are you? That's the usher. So I can see pretty far. Did I just reload?
It seems violent.
There's two people here.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
Sure.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
Am I? Yes, I am.
I still enjoy living in London, no matter how difficult it can be sometimes.
Then I am sincerely happy for you. True happiness in life seems to be the most difficult goal to reach these days.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see?
Yes, you've told me that.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
Who are you waiting for, exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be, then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell?
Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you're not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
It's not the first time I've heard that today either.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
And your brother is right here.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
Jonathan went right to why are you waiting? I was more interested in who are you waiting for?
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
He's a philosopher. Philosopher? Is that the word? Philosopher. That's for sure.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He has always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Got
Hello
one more
again,
hint with
Dr.
you then?
Reed.
Apparently not. Never
Goodbye.
mind then. This looks like a place where you'd have a mansion, I guess. I've been here. So I guess this is the only place we're left. I didn't see anything before. Maybe I just overlooked it. Oh, we can fast travel around here. Oh, that certainly looks like a mansion. Yep. What can we find in your garden other than skulls? Ooh, is that locked? It's not even locked, you can't go there. No, I can't even find skulls in your garden. Is there really nothing here? That is disappointing. But alright. Anything up here then? Okay.